imagine that you are emotionally down, you're working full time and you're stressed, and you have emotional issues at home, family, in-laws, and you just want to give up, kind of a thing. So here I want to talk about the emotional quotient. So the emotional level is the first thing that we have to fix, I feel, because that's where everything begins. That's a triggering point for health and actually losing everything. So you lose opportunities, you lose happiness, you lose your family, you lose everything. In spite of the world being beautiful around you, you end up seeing only negative. So it all starts with the emotional quotient. So that's something that someone has to fix if they want to move towards spirituality and be happy. So, so the first thing is how you look at people. So we tag everybody with some kind of a position. So you say like, this is my mom, this is my husband, this is my mother-in-law, this is my boss, this is my peer, this is my colleague, or this is my mentor. So we tag everybody with some position. So according to that tag, you keep some expectations. So your mom, so she's my mom, she's supposed to do this, she used to do all the favors for me, she has to answer all my questions, she has to be cooking for me, she has to be doing this. So these are the expectations when it comes to a mom. So like that, you will have expectations for everybody in your list. So if you write down, you will see that you'll at least have 10 to 20 expectations upon everybody in life. So if you can bring those expectations down from, say, if I have expectation on my husband, say, obviously we are very close with our husbands and we have a umpty number of expectations. So I say I have 50 expectations. Can we bring it down to 20 and then 10 and then keep only five or six, just so that you give that space, and but still you are living together and not expecting too much. So that is what I played around with my life. I took a break from work, 10 years of work, and went into spirituality. And 3 years I worked on this. So I was very bad with relationships. I didn't know how to heal relationships. Everything was going worse. And my emotional quotient was going down, and my emotional intelligence was completely down. I couldn't handle anybody. Even a maid who comes home to clean my house, I can't handle her. So that was my situation. So what is my problem? I asked. So I'm like, okay, let me take my maid only, because she's going to listen to me. Whatever I say, she's going to listen to me. But still, I have a problem with her. So I wrote down so many expectations, and when I saw the list, everything looked very silly. And also, I had too much expectations, over expectations, and my expectations are actually spoiling her work satisfaction. So she's also spoiling her job, giving me service. So she's also not happy. So at the end of the day, both of us are emotionally down. So, so I came up with a concept like, list down all the expectations and try to bring it down. Work on each expectation one by one to remove it from your list, and then see if you can work with the remaining. And then try to bring it very small. 10 is actually too much, but 5 to 6 is what I would expect. So the closer the relationship, the expectation grows. So when you are working on your expectations and trying to minimize them, you seem to be detached with that person. So at the same time, attached as well, because you're living with that person, if it's a family. So you are in the same house, even if you're in the same room, sitting on the same couch, you're still detached. But at the same time, you're also attached. So that is what I came up with, and I experimented it, and it actually worked. So I had a very bad relationship with my sister-in-law. I had 15 years of hate, revenge, and all. It was just growing. So I couldn't live with it. So I worked on her, and I worked on a lot of techniques. So it took me almost 1.5 years to actually forgive her, accept her as she is, and then actually go to her and start a friendship. So I made that friendship, and it took me 1.5 years, and we are best friends now. So we do talk to each other and we forgive each other, and she goes in a flow with me and I go in a flow with her. So it's a beautiful relationship. So first thing I did was, I did a number of techniques. So first thing I did was, I took a book and I'm like, okay, I wrote her name, I pasted her picture, and I'm like, I look deep into her in that picture, and I'm like, okay, what are the 10 things I like about her?
Okay, this is that magic book technique, right?
Yeah, in Magic Book also it's there. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes,
So
please.
10 things I wrote about her.
Okay.
So usually when you don't like somebody, there are 100 things you can point negative about them. What are the 10 things at least that I can point about her? So good things. So I wrote those down, and then every day I look back at it and I'm like, okay, let me try to delete those things that I think bad about her and remind myself that she is a good person. So that is one thing. Second thing,
Every day you wrote 10 things.
no, the same thing what I wrote, I kept
Telling yourself
revisiting it.
okay, every
Because
day
it's not a one-day process.
yes.
Because it's 15 years of hate, right? So
Mhm.
it's not a one-day process. You need to cleanse your mind. So that's what I did. So second thing I did was I asked myself, I speak to myself a lot with my mind. So my mind is always going to be negative. It's never going to convince me saying, be nice. It's going to always say, go and fight with her, try to do this kind of a talking, that kind of a talking, defend yourself. So my mind is always negative. So I try to sit in a quiet place and I argue with my mind and I say, okay, what is the problem? Is she really that bad that I have to carry on this hate from 15 years to another 10 years or 20 years? Can't I heal this relationship? So those are the questions that I started asking. So when I actually see she's not at all a bad person, she's a good person. It's just that she had some ego and she had some limitations in herself. So it's the way that she was brought up. So that's nothing to do with me. So it's her mind of how she's going to think and how she's going to treat others. So it's nothing for me actually. So when I thought about it, I'm like, okay, she has not done anything bad to my family or me. Then why am I showing hate? So when I asked that question, my mind just was silent. I didn't have any thoughts at that moment. So I convinced myself that way. That is the second thing I did. So the third thing I did was if she comes into anyone's house, if I am there and she comes, I immediately exit. I can't handle her staying. I bubble up into anger and I get this anxiety, stress, and all that will start bubbling up. So that was the case. So I came back home. I'm like, why am I not able to stay in the same house that she is? Is the anger so bad? So instead of blaming her, I started working on myself. So I started working, asking these questions. So what is wrong with me? Every time I came back, I'd be like, what is wrong with me? So I took my phone, put her picture as the wallpaper, and I looked at her every day. I forgive you. You have not done anything wrong to me. I forgive myself for showing hate. So I kept saying these things to her, eye to eye, on looking at the picture. So when I did that, the next time I met her,
What did you say? I'll tell you later, like why I'm asking so
yeah,
specifically.
sure, no problem.
I forgive you.
I'll forgive you and I
Okay.
forgive myself for hating you for all these years.
Okay, I forgive myself. Okay.
So it's important to forgive ourselves first because
Yes.
we don't have to hold on to that
Hold
guilt.
on.
So I had to forgive myself first before I forgive her. So I kept saying this every day, at least 3 to 4 times. I would look at her picture on my phone and I would talk to like she's actually standing in front of me, and I would say these things. So the next time I met her, she looked happy. So I never see her happy. So it was a sign. I felt like it was a sign from the universe that all the things that you are working towards her, healing your relationship with her, I'm going to send her happy. Try to initiate your relationship. So that kind of a feeling I had when I saw her happy for the first time. So I felt like going to her. So she hated me as much as I hated her. It was two-way. So when we all sisters stood for taking a picture, I dragged the girl next to me and I placed myself next to her to see, like, to initiate the relationship.
Because this is
Of
a
course.
big thing to do,
Yeah, it's
like
a
when you
big
have.
thing. I wanted to test myself. Am I having the same feelings from within? So, of course, she moved aside and she tried to distance herself from me, and I was okay with it. And we clicked a picture. So there was like this much gap between me and her. So that was one. But I came back again and I'm like, I didn't blame her. I didn't think about why she distanced herself. Oh, she should have taken a picture of me. So instead of blaming, I just kept myself calm and I worked on myself. So the next thing I came back, I meditated. So when I meditated, I started bringing her into my meditation. So initially first 5 minutes, I would bring her picture up in my mind and I would say, I love you. I wish our relationship would be good. I imagined that she's right there, and I imagined her sitting in front of me and meditating along with me. And I imagined myself that me and my kids are going with them in their car somewhere. So I just visualized something like that.
Visualizations, yes.
Yeah. The first 5 minutes I did that, and I released that thought, and then I went into meditation. So yeah, that is done. I was doing this for about 1 month like that in my meditation. So the next thing was she just ended up coming home. That was like a surprise. So she just came home, and I'm like, wow, she came home. So this was like a sign for universe to tell me that okay,
Yes.
you worked on yourself. Now let me see how you're going to handle this. So she came home, and I'm like, there's nothing at all wrong with the relationship, like that. I just invited her home, and I'm like talking to her, and she's just going with the flow. And we connected instantly, and we just left the entire past behind. So that's where our friendship started. So now we are good, and we had a function from their side, her daughter's half sari function, and there was the same picture with the same sisters, and there's no gap between us.
Wow.
So she's hugging me, and I'm hugging her, and we took a picture close together.
So how
So the
long did you do all of this? 1.5 years.
1.5 years it took me,
Okay.
because the intensity was great, because it was 15 years of hate.
Yes,
So
yes.
the intensity needed some time to go down on my side first, and that will actually reflect on the other side as well.
Yes.
The aura and the vibes will hit her, right?
Yes.
So when it hits, she receives it
Mm.
unknowingly. She doesn't know that it's coming from me. She receives it, and she somewhere in her aura it will kick in. So let's let go of the past and just move on, kind of feeling, right? So I was expecting that. So this was an experiment I did on her from all the
Spirit
books I
as well.
read. I listened to a lot of Patriji's disciples like Pradeep Vijay and Ayappa Sir, Ayappa Pindi. And I read this Yashodhara book, right? The Buddha's Wife.
Yashodhara book.
Yeah, she
The
has,
title is Yashodhara.
no, the Buddha's Wife.
The
So that
title is
was the title is
title
the
is
Buddha's Wife.
okay,
Buddha's wife's name is Yashodhara. So
okay.
she was a healer. So she used to take everybody into her and into her group and try to comfort them. So that book helped me a lot, and also the uh, Sita book, Badina Mariam. That book enhanced a lot of love and compassion within me, so I could forgive her.
Yeah, so I could totally understand when you said no that clicking picture and
Yeah.
like how difficult because it seems these things seem
It's
very small.
easy, but it's not.
It is not. It is
It's
not
not.
that coming home and everything. So I can actually because the moment that person is there, the entire it is like the entire like the house it freezes kind of.
Yes, yes.
So like it is. So I could actually get it and. This one I felt very nice because you shared this that somewhere I got it as a as a sign that if bad relationship it can heal.
I had also the work related relationships that I'm actually experimenting on myself. That
Okay.
seems to be working.
Oh wow.
Yeah, all the people that troubled me are leaving in some way or the other. And when I'm in stress, someone will join the team who will support me.
Wow.
So
Wow. Wow.
universe is like
Yes.
arranging people and situations in such a way that I am in comfort.
Yes.
I
Yes.
am not stressed.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's just beautiful. I was like literally about to quit my job. I was completely stressed and crying every day. I just yelled out to I talk a lot to the universe, to the sky, so to
Okay.
the cosmos. I don't talk to anybody. I talk only to the
Nice.
sky. So I feel like they're talking to me back. So I always get responses in this way. So
Okay.
it just takes some time for everything to get fixed. But at the end of the day, like after a month or so, my problem is fixed. I just need to wait,
Wow. Hmm.
ask it wholeheartedly, and just patiently wait.
Yes.
And yeah, in that way, I feel I've manifested,
Nice.
unknowingly manifested a lot of things.